All right. Welcome to episode one of my vlog, video diary. It's like an episode of it's like a thing out of the bird dating simulator. You know the one. Welcome to the first entry to my vlog that I haven't named yet, but it'll have a name. It'll probably have a name when this video comes up. Maybe. I don't know. So, episode one, I want to talk about men's fashion. And I know that's a weird topic for us, for you and me, for the viewer and the maker, and something that we haven't really talked about, or I've never talked about on my show, despite having dressed really terribly in the past. But I worked in a kitchen, and when you work in a kitchen, you don't wear clothes that you actually give a shit about, because they're gonna get food all over them. They're gonna get dirty. But I want to talk about geek culture and fashion and how that is, you know, they're not mutually exclusive, and it's important, in my opinion, that guys growing up as gamers and nerds and geeks nowadays, like I grew up, when I was young, understand that at a certain point it is imperative that you throw away all of your cargo shorts and really strip down to just a couple t-shirts that you like wearing. Um, and then the rest of it can go in the trash, honestly. I mean, this is a scarf. We'll start here. This is a scarf. Microphone. This is a scarf. My mom bought it for me. It's very nice. It's a cold scarf. It doesn't cost a whole lot, but it is a great accessory for keeping your neck warm. And if you wrap it up really tight, it's like a pillow for your neck, and you can just kind of fall asleep at work, which is great. But it is just a stylish um, thing that you can wear and keep yourself warm. And you look good. And if you're a bigger guy like me, it actually helps to kind of make you slimming. It does. Um, but looking good is not just um, it's not just important because like you want to be attractive to the opposite sex or the same sex or whatever. Dressing good has multiple things that multiple positive benefits. It has no negative benefits at all. It doesn't. There are no cons to dressing nicely at all. Um, there just aren't. Except for like, oh, it takes me an extra minute or two to get ready. But this is for dudes, and that's nothing. So dressing nicely is really important for making a first impression on people. Because they see you and they feel like you're more professional, regardless of what your job is. They feel like they see you and they say that person can take care of themselves, so they consider you to be more self-reliant, a person with better taste. Um, they trust your opinion more, and you generally are regarded as a more mature human being when you dress nicer. And that's incredibly important for things like when you're going for a job. So you want to apply at Hyro Studios or at Riot Games or something like that, and you're like, oh well, I'm going to go to this con or I'm going to go to this thing and I want to meet these people, and it's not like you don't have to show up in a tuxedo, but if you're wearing a tank top and cargo shorts, it's much harder to make a good impression on someone than if you're dressed in clothes that match, in clothes that fit, in clothes that are comfortable, and that you feel comfortable in. And that's another thing about it, is that when you dress nicely and people recognize that you dress nicely, you're going to get compliments on your appearance. And regardless of your body type, that will make you feel better, and you will become more confident because you're going to know what clothes you look good in and how those clothes make you feel, and you're going to want to reinforce that. Um, and that's an important part of it, and it's something that I think a lot of guys who are nerds and geeks have to cope with, is that we don't grow up with a lot of compliments. I didn't grow up getting a lot of compliments on my, Star Wars shirt or my Dexter's Lab shirt or my, whatever cartoon clothing I was wearing, my sick polyester Dragon Ball Z shirts from the 1997. This shit was ugly, and I didn't get complimented on it. But I was trying to be like, oh, this is fucking awesome. This is me, and whether it was me or not wasn't important because I looked ridiculous in a bright orange polyester shirt. And, my parents knew, they could recognize that I looked ridiculous. And so, self-esteem wasn't really there. No one's complimenting me. Everyone thinks I look goofy. And it's not about being unique or being true to yourself or whatever, because at a certain point you're literally just dressing in a way to bring attention to yourself. You want all the attention, and it's not about confidence. It's about selfishness. You everybody needs to pay attention to me. Everyone needs to look at my quirk and see why I'm so unique and why I'm such a fucking snowflake. And that's less important than really like dressing in a way that expresses yourself confidently. Um, and I think it's important. I think that young men, as you're coming out of this high school gamer age, and you're looking to get jobs, or you're looking to be respected, or you want to make good impressions, you really need to find clothes that look good on you, and find clothes that are nice, and wear nice clothes. And if you have the disposable income, if you have a job already, but you're struggling, or whatever, you just don't have the confidence. It is a good idea to try, like, try a female friend who knows something about clothes. Try a guy friend who dresses really nicely, and forego the whole no homo fucking insecurity bullshit. Just ask, does this shirt look like shit on me? Do I look like a fucking joke? And you don't have to be that harsh, but recognize that there may be a problem with the clothes you're wearing. If you don't know how to match colors, if you never got a color wheel in school, ask somebody. Don't, you shouldn't be wearing 3 different shades of blue, or whatever. You should know what color belt goes with shoes. You should know that a fedora is no longer okay and it hasn't been for like 10 years. It's not even just about like, oh, fedoras and neckbeard. It's like, you should know that shit just doesn't look cool. Like, you don't look dope in a fedora. And if your only defining characteristic of being like outwardly expressive is a fucking hat, then I don't know, go back to the drawing board. Like, that's not it. You can do better. You can all do better. Um, and for me, it was like, I use a service, and they're not paying me, so I don't feel like I'm being paid. But I use a service called Bombfell, and it's an online stylist service, and they help me pick out clothes, and they send them to me, and I can pay for them, and I can include the link in the video. But it's really nice because it helps me to understand what clothing actually looks good on a guy of my size. I'm a big dude. I'm 6 feet tall, 250 pounds. Like, I'm not a small dude, but it's important that I know what kind of shirts and what kind of pants I need to look for. Knowing what size to fit me, and knowing what fabrics are actually going to like fit me well, knowing how, a flannel shirt looks good on me, but how to wear it. Like, you're not necessarily like, I'm not going for an Al Borland look. Like, I'm not Tool Time Home Improvement, but I definitely like know that, like, with this going on, in my size, that this can be flattering. There's a lot of people who, and I feel like this is a great look for me, the wilderness person. Like, I think that's okay. I'm cool with that. And I can still express myself, I can still have clothing that is distinctly me. I wear, a lot of flannel. I think it's a good look on me. I think I like it. Um, but I can wear other stuff. If I want to be like, oh, well, I like anime and stuff like that, well, that's cool. But I don't need a shirt with a big ass picture of a girl on it, like anime girl. What's up, Sammy? Um, that to tell people I like anime, because that's not what defines me. Like, what defines me is me. Anime is just one small facet of my life, and it's more important than when I go to meet important people. If I go to Smite World Championships and I'm meeting the guys from IGN, and I'm meeting the guys from Smosh, and I'm meeting the guys from all these other big things, it's important that I don't look ridiculous. It's important that I don't come off as someone who's just, a fucking joke. And so it is important that I present myself in a way that is, in an image that is good, or that is professional, or that is someone who knows how to dress. And I think that's important. And I don't know how much I've gone off topic, because honestly, I'm just kind of throwing it out there. But like, if you want to look at who's like how to dress good as a gamer, and how to really present yourself as an adult, if that's what you want to do, and I think you should all want to do that at this point. If you're following my channel, I assume you're over 18. If you're not, that's cool. Something to look forward to. But look at someone like Prague. Look at how Prague dresses. Look at how nice he looks in like 99% of his photos. The dude is like dressed to a T. Look at D1. D1 is always styling, Look at the suits that the guys like F. Dot and DM Brandon are wearing. Look at how they show up. They always look clean. They always have that shit looking good because they understand how you should look when you go out. Look at even Cret. Cret wears a suit. Cret dresses like an Italian fashion dude. Everywhere he goes, he's got the cut, the shirt open, no undershirt, but he's like rocking it, and he's confident in it because he knows that that's what he likes to wear. He knows that he looks good, and he feels it. It doesn't matter if you're bald or bearded or whatever. What's important is that you're confident in it and that you're showing up in it and it looks good. So take all your cargo shorts, take all your ugly asshole t-shirts with holes in them, take your fucking ripped up jeans, and you want to save one or two of those in the closet just for when you're fucking around a house, day off. That's great. But when you go out, dress like you give a fuck. Dress like you give a shit about your appearance, because if you give a shit about your appearance, everybody else is going to pick up on that, and it's going to pay off in the long run. And they're going to know you give a shit, and they're going to treat you with a little bit more respect. And I think that that's something that we as gamers or anime fans or whatever should be aspiring to do. That's it. That's my fashion vlog. If you want suggestions for other people that know how to dress nice in the community, hit me up. Hit up Prague. He dresses much nicer than I do. Dude always looks killer, and people know that. And yeah, I think that's my first vlog. If you want to talk more about it, the comment section is open. Hit me up on Twitter @ChefLubu, and we can talk. We can shoot the shit.